Sometimes in the laboratory, we may need to identify some gases that are produced during an experiment. These gases may be colorless, odorless, and tasteless, making it difficult to identify if we depend only on our senses. Examples of such gases include hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon 2 oxide. In this lesson, we will describe a test which can be used to identify hydrogen gas in the laboratory. As said earlier, hydrogen is one of the gases which is colorless, odorless, and tasteless. So it cannot be identified by using our sense of smell or sight. However, it can be identified by testing it with a lighted splint. A splint is a piece of wood which is about 150 millimeters long and 6 millimeters wide. To demonstrate this test, we need to first of all produce a small quantity of hydrogen gas. This can be done by dropping a zinc granule in a dilute solution of hydrochloric acid inside a test tube to release hydrogen gas. To safely collect a small sample of gas, which can be held up, turned for testing, another test tube can be used to cover the first test tube from which the hydrogen gas is produced. The next step is to hold a lighted splint near the opening of the test tube containing the collected sample of gas. If the gas is hydrogen, you will hear a pop sound. Now, what causes the pop sound observed when a lighted splint is placed in the path of hydrogen gas? The answer is simple. Hydrogen is a very flammable gas. When ignited, it reacts with oxygen in the air to release energy which results in the pop sound. Before we conclude this lesson, it is very important to note that a small quantity of hydrogen gas should be used for this experiment because a mixture of hydrogen and air is explosive. Also ensure that you follow laboratory safety precautions before carrying out this experiment. As we conclude this lesson, here is a summary of what we have learned. Hydrogen is a colorless, odorless, and tasteless gas and cannot be identified by using our senses. It produces a pop sound when it comes in contact with a lighted splint. Now you know how to test for hydrogen gas. I'll see you in the next lesson.